Hey everyone, today's video is about you get interrupted during a spicy makeup session with Bakugou, Katsuki himself. So please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Let's get going. You've never kissed anyone? Mina asked in disbelief. You shook your head. Like never? Momo tagged along. The three of you were at the coffee shop in the middle of town, enjoying your weekend off. A conversation that was initially about work suddenly took a sharp turn into talking about boys. Great. Mina bragged about the guy she was seeing and how they planned on going on a trip soon. Momo told the two of you about her last flying and how they were probably going to call it off. But when it came to your turn, you had absolutely nothing to share. I don't think it's that big of a deal, he whispered, nervously tucking your hair behind your ears. The two gave each other a look before looking back at you. Momo spoke first. But Ryan, you're so pretty. You're telling me there's no one that tried to kiss you? You shook your head and grabbed at your coffee mug. Nope, nobody. The conversation carried on like that for a while longer before the two moved the conversation in a different direction. You pondered the thought as they spoke. Why have I never kissed anyone? Pushing the thought aside, you continued to converse with them, laughing and smiling, until it was time to go home. The three of you said your goodbyes and went your separate ways. You pulled your phone out of your purse, reading a less than happy text from Bagao. Bagao, what the hell is taking you so long? You couldn't help but laugh before typing back your response. Ryan, not everyone has as much free time as you do. His response was quick. Bagao, whatever. Be here in 10 minutes or don't bother coming. You smiled and stuffed your phone into your pocket, making your way to Baga's apartment. Movie night was a weekly occurrence, and you were usually late. You made your way up the stairs to Baga's apartment. Before you could even knock, the door swung open, and Baga loomed angrily in the doorframe. It took you long enough, he grumbled, before turning away and walking towards the living room. You chuckled and closed the door behind you, taking your shoes off before stepping onto the plush carpet. He plopped onto the couch and grabbed the remote, quickly switching it to Hulu. What are we gonna watch? You asked, heading for the fridge and grabbing a soda. He didn't respond as he flicked through the movies, eventually settling on one. You don't get to pick. You're late. You checked your watch and looked up to him in disbelief. Oh, please. Christian was late too. The bickering simmered down after a few minutes and he sat next to him. What took you so long anyway? A sigh left your laps as he grabbed a plush pillow and hugged it gently. I was getting coffee with Mina and Momo. He rolled his eyes and mumbled something about shitty extras. Conversation must have been enlightening. He sneered sarcastically. He thought back to it, zoning out for a moment. Hey, Bago. What? Would you believe me if I said I'd never been kissed? He looked over at you, eyebrows furrowed. What the hell are you on about now? You laughed a little. I was talking to them about it and it made me feel you have weird about it. Wait, you've never been kissed before? Ever? Here we go again. He grinned. No. The two of you stayed silent. Have you? Bago gave you a look. Once. This took you off guard. You had imagined that Bago had a ton of experience with the number of girls that fawned over him. Then again, Bago never could quite stand any of them, could he? Do you think you could teach me? You asked, instantly tensing up. Of all people, He figured that someone as close to you as Bago would be ideal to ask. But as you looked into his eyes, and the confusion that flowed in them, you weren't too sure if it was the best decision. His eyes widened slightly. What? He cowered a bit. You know what? Forget it. I'll just ask Kirishima. He cut you off, scooting closer. Kirishima doesn't know shit. The two of you leaned towards each other and held each other's gaze. So, does this mean yes? Heat began to spread to your ears as he mumbled your response. Never in a million years would you guess that you'd be in this situation, nor did you expect Bago to actually indulge you. He rolled his eyes in response before tucking a piece of hair behind your ear gently. Are you stupid or what? His voice came out angrily, but his facial expression betrayed him. He was just as hyper-focused on your laps as you were his. He attempted to close the gap and make the first move, but to your disdain, Bago had the same idea, and your nose collided. The two of you pulled back immediately, and you felt as your ears got hotter. The both of you spoke at the same time, avoiding each other's gaze. Sorry. After a few silent moments had passed, he shifted uncomfortably before leaning back in. Keep your head tilted, idiot. Of course he would blame you. Okay. You tried again, leaning in and letting your laps meet his. It was a glorified pig, if anything. Seeing that you pulled away so quickly, as the reality of the situation set, and you began to feel anxious. You and Bug were alone in his apartment, kissing. You truly hoped that this wouldn't ruin anything between the two of you as friends. But if you're being honest, you didn't want to stop now. As you began to overthink, you twiddled your fingers nervously. This was a dumb idea. You thought. By now, your entire face was hot, and your hands were sweating. Neither of you broke eye contact and maintained a few centimeters of distance. The silence between the two of you was deafening. The only sounds filling the room were gentle breaths, and the movie playing in the background. Was that okay? You asked softly, overanalyzing the last kiss. You stared into his eyes with uncertainty, and then down to his laps. His features were softened, and his brows were relaxed, which was a stark contrast to his usual scowl. He blinked slowly while looking into yours gently. Shut up. He placed his hands to your cheek slightly before closing the gap between you two again. His lips pressed softly against your own. Your heart began to race as your lips moved together gently. But this time, he didn't pull away. At this point, the movie in the background was just an afterthought, no longer worthy of being watched or even listened to. Your mind only focused on how Bago waved his fingers through your hair and worked his soft lips against yours. In response, you snaked your arms around Bago's neck and shifted so that you were closer to him. One of his hands dropped to your waist and pulled your body even closer, and you realized the feeling. Thoughts of whether or not things were going too far had already jumped out the window, and you threw your cautious to the wind. Suddenly, you understood why Momo and Mina thought you were missing out. The two of you continued to make out, soft laughs working together. Neither of you seemed to come up for air, as you desperately lashed onto each other. You felt as he smiled against your laps, and you did the same. The sound of keys rattling in the doorknob made the two of you jolt, instantly separating. Shit. Alright, guys, I bought all kinds of snacks. He paused in the door frame as he looked over at the two of you. Though you had separated, you were still closer than usual. And your hair was still slightly disheveled. Courtesy of Bago. It was painfully obvious that the two of you had made out. Kirishima made his way into the living room, kicking off his shoes, not saying a word. The smirk on his face was enough, as he sat on the couch, squeezing between you two. His hand reached for the remote as he stifled a laugh. What the hell is so funny? Bakugou growled. Kirishima's eyes flicked up to Bakugou's as he snickered. Nice lip gloss, dude. This caused Bakugou's eyes to widen before he dragged the back of his hand against his lips softly. He rose from the couch with a huff, making his way into the kitchen. Whatever, Kirishima. Once he was gone, Kirishima gave you a knowing look, working his eyebrows. You stared back towards the TV, settling into your spot on the plush couch. Alright, so what do you want to watch? You questioned awkwardly. Kirishima laughed as he pointed the remote to the TV. He glanced over towards Bago, who was doing in the kitchen awkwardly, and then back to you. Amore pretty entertained. He teased before settling on a movie. You knew Kirishima wouldn't let this one go. Instantly, you craned your neck to glance into the kitchen, your eyes landing on Bago's. A mischievous half smile painted his face, causing you to sink into the couch. You knew Bago wouldn't let it go either. Okay, thank you guys for listening. Hope you liked the video. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Goodbye!